So it's 2 weeks ago since I published my first video on this channel. I think it had about 20 views after one day, half of them being myself checking it out. Basically because I didn't have any following to begin with. But then something happened and my second video had 40,000 views after a day, thanks to being at the top of the Hearthstone subreddit. Then things went back to normal again. The next video had a couple thousand views and the fourth video had about 500, and that's the one I'll be discussing in this video. And considering this channel is just 2 weeks old, I'm perfectly fine with having 500 views on a video. What I was a little bit disappointed about though was that no one actually commented on the plays in that video. The video was What's My Play, episode 2, with some situations from a Patron Warrior game. But finally I did get feedback from one person, and that person was someone by the name of Ostkaka. He commented on the Reddit post I made for the video, and obviously I recognized the name, as everyone in this community would. But I was a little bit skeptical because it's so easy to register with whatever name you want, and when I checked the profile, the last time the account had commented on anything on Reddit was a year ago. But then I started actually reading the feedback, and the feedback was so good I started thinking it might be him. So to confirm it, I actually asked him on Twitter, and sure enough, it was the world champion himself, the cheesecake, Ostkaka. And I guess if you're just gonna get feedback from one person, it might as well be the world champion himself. So I'm gonna show the 4 situations I put in the video, and I'll let you know what his opinion was. And by the way, those 4 decisions, the first 2 was on purpose very easy situations, because I wanted not only to look at the complicated turns, I wanted to look at some simple situations just to double check that I'm not making mistakes on seemingly easy turns. It turns out he agreed with both of those turns. However, I was on the right track with that whole idea. The problem was I looked at the wrong turn, because he actually found a mistake on another turn, which is the one I'll show first. Okay, so this is turn 4, which I just fast forwarded through in the video at a speed of 1200%, which makes it even more impressive that Ostkaka just discovered this, because it was basically on the screen for less than 2 seconds. So my decision here was to play the Death Bite, kill the Imp Gang boss, and then play the Dread Corsair for free, which seemed like an obvious play. But that's where he disagreed, and you can see his exact response to the left. So he would still obviously play the weapon and kill the Imp Gang boss, but he wouldn't actually play the Dread Corsair, which is maybe obvious to other experienced Patron Warrior players, but it certainly wasn't to me, and was a bit of an eye-opener, because now when you actually think about it, it makes perfect sense, since you can still play the Dread Corsair for free next turn anyway, so you're not messing up your mana. And if you play it next turn, you have control over your Whirlwind and Battle Rage, and you can use it to draw an extra card. So very interesting, and I felt I learned a lot just by one simple situation like this. So this is turn 5, and he agreed with my play, which was to slam the 1/3 and then Whirlwind to clear, keeping the weapon. And depending on what you draw, you either armor up or Battle Rage. I drew a Grim Patron, so then we armored up, and he's saying if we don't draw the Patron, we would probably Battle Rage to cycle the card. Yeah, so let's move on to the next one. So this is turn 7, the most complicated one. If you want to go through my whole reasoning, I'm not going to repeat it in this video, then you should check out the original video. So I'm just going to leave it up to you to pause if you want to read through his reasoning, and just move on to turn 8. So this is turn 8, and he makes a good point here that considering our hand sizes and that we have a decent amount of health, we're probably winning here with a wide variety of plays, so it's not really necessary to look at the most optimal one. But if you want to check out exactly how he would play it, you may do so. So that's all I had to show. I just thought it was a little bit fun that I only got feedback from one person, but it was the world champion. Hopefully I can get feedback from more people on the next What's My Play video. You don't have to be a world champion to reply. I appreciate feedback from anyone. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.